unless you have the legal expertise to address the problem that you're facing, you absolutely need to hire a lawyer. And even if you do have the legal expertise to handle what you're facing, you still need to hire a lawyer. Another way of saying that is, our past president Abraham Lincoln had a quote, and that quote was, "He who represents himself has a fool for a client." But to get to the bones of it, why hiring a lawyer? What can a lawyer do? There are a number of different reasons, and the list is very long, but I'll hit a few of the most important ones. The first is, any lawyer that you're considering hiring should have a relationship with the folks that are prosecuting you, the prosecuting office, the district attorney, and that relationship is important. Now, it's not everything at the end of the day, but we all know how the world works, and if your lawyer knows these people and has handled other cases with these folks, you're going to start off in a better position in terms of negotiation. It may not change the end result at the end of the day, but it's certainly going to make things better for you in some way. Second, in dealing with these prosecutors, when a prosecutor talks to someone who's representing themselves, they have to be guarded, because any statement that you make as a defendant to a prosecutor can be used as evidence. So a lot of times what you'll find is a prosecutor won't talk to you about the facts of your case, even though they're supposed to be negotiating with you just as if you were a lawyer and had legal training. They can't do that though, because for instance in a criminal context, if you make an admission, well, that prosecutor may not be a witness to you acknowledging that you're guilty of what you've been charged with. So at best, what you've done is complicated negotiations. At worst, what you've done is completely eliminated the ability to talk to the person who's handling the case on the other side. The third reason that I would say you need to hire a lawyer is, quite frankly, there are very, very few people who can emotionally detach themselves from a legal situation. I've watched a lawyer who was a very good lawyer attempt to represent himself, and he just wasn't capable of it because he was so emotionally involved in the charges that had been leveled against him. When you hire a lawyer, you're paying that lawyer to be objective and to be rational, approaching the case as a lawyer would, not as a defendant would. In sum, when an emotional situation is combined with the complexities and nuances of a criminal defense, the choice is really clear. You shouldn't be representing yourself. And indeed, I would point you back to what President Lincoln said, "He who represents himself has a fool for a client."